Is cooking the only thing you're good at? You're terrible at cleaning, aren't you? Hey, don't just come in without permission. Well, this is also my son's house, you know. Even so, it's troublesome. My mother-in-law, Maria, barged into the house and started looking for cleaning flaws. When she mentioned my poor cleaning skills earlier, she was probably referring to the entrance. I was planning to clean the entrance, but I didn't appreciate her commenting on it. I work, and it's difficult to keep the house clean all the time. But it seems like Maria thinks it should always be spotless. However, even Maria isn't particularly good at cleaning and being tidy. Their house is always cluttered with unnecessary things. It felt like a hoarder's house. I was once invited to their year-end cleaning, and reluctantly went, only to find lots of paper bags and cookie tins being kept. When I asked why they were keeping such things, they said they might need them someday. But these things will never be used and should be thrown away. I thought I would be scolded if I threw them away without permission, so I left them as they were. But then Maria shouted at me, complaining that it wasn't tidy. When I asked if I could throw away all those unnecessary things as garbage, she said that was not allowed. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I didn't understand at all, so I completely ignored Maria at that time. I am Ariel, a 28-year-old woman working as a pastry chef. If you ask me if I'm good at cooking in general, I don't think so. I know several colleagues who excel in pastry making, but struggle with other types of cooking. However, I also have a separate license as a cook, and I'm quite skilled in cooking. That's why Maria always sarcastically remarks that cooking is my only talent. It's rude to say such things, but the truth is, Maria's cooking is far from appetizing. She's what they call a terrible cook, and I think she knows it too, which is why she tries to challenge me and make snide comments. But when I cook for my mother-in-law, she still has something to say like, "Anyone can make this." It's frustrating. She goes around the house, checking everything, and her eyes light up as she opens the refrigerator. Inside the fridge, there are some side dishes that I made, but she helps herself by opening the containers without permission and eating them. This tastes quite good. I could eat this. Huh? Why does she have to talk down to me and say things like I could eat this? It's frustrating that she ate it with her bare hands. Although it's a waste, I thought of throwing away that side dish. I've decided to host a dinner party at our place. All our relatives will be coming, so I want you to cook. Prepare some appetizers and bring them over. Even if you suddenly ask me to do that. I remember you have Saturday off this week, right? I heard from Clark. Yes, I have that day off on my shift. Then, prepare everything in the morning, okay? It's perfect because we're having the dinner party on Saturday night. I had no idea what was so perfect about it, but Maria seemed satisfied and convinced herself. I thought it was troublesome, but in the end, I agreed to do it. On Friday, I had work, so I went shopping on my way home, feeling exhausted. I came home, did the preparations, and went straight to bed. Even though I looked busy, my husband was leisurely playing games on his smartphone or reading magazines. I'm tired of the game. I'm going out for a bit. Where are you going at this hour? To the pachinko parlor. It's still open. Hey, I told you to cut down on pachinko. Why do you go so often? Come on, it's fine. I can make a big profit if I win. There's a machine that hits the jackpot a lot. I'll hit it big. And so, my husband went out to play pachinko. He's within his own allowance limit, so it's not a big issue, but I've heard that people with gambling addictions can't easily break free and may need treatment. Something about adrenaline or some chemicals flooding the brain, making it difficult to forget the thrill. That's why I wanted him to quit, before touching our joint account. I realized that I still had a chance to change things. So I wanted my husband to spend his money and time on healthier hobbies. Since he seemed to spend quite a bit on mobile games, I felt that it was a meaningless way to pass the time. I diligently prepared everything from the morning of the following Saturday. My husband, who had come back from pachinko and played games until midnight, was sound asleep and didn't wake up until noon. I'm going to the convenience store. I wondered why I had to show concern for my husband, who was tired from pachinko and games. If he were tired from work, it would be a different story, but I didn't want to be lectured by someone who had played until the early hours of the morning. I was already tired from preparing the appetizers, so I wanted some words of encouragement. Well, my husband probably wouldn't care if I was tired, and he most likely wouldn't even say a simple thank you. I continued cooking without any emotions, but halfway through, I realized that I was missing something. I had bought the ingredients on my way home yesterday, but I had carelessly forgotten to buy cherry tomatoes. I can't make capris without them. We have the cheese, but why did I forget? Well, I guess I have no choice but to go quickly to the supermarket. As someone who tends to forget things, I resigned myself to the situation and headed to the supermarket. At that moment, I saw a certain scene, and my eyes widened. Is this the Last Supper? I murmured to myself and completed the appetizers. By the time I finished, it was already evening. It was a bit early, but I took the appetizers and headed to my in-laws' house with my husband, where his parents welcomed us. Oh, you came early. Yes, I finished a bit earlier than expected. Well, cooking is the only thing you're good at, haha. You're terrible at cleaning. Anyway, just leave it there in the kitchen until the rest of the relatives arrive. Keep it wrapped, I want to surprise them. Understood. As instructed by my mother-in-law, I left the appetizers wrapped in the kitchen. At 6 o'clock, the relatives arrived. There are a total of 4 relatives, 2 from my mother-in-law's side and 2 from my father-in-law's side. The relatives knew that I was a pastry chef and had a cooking license, so they were looking forward to the food. However, my mother-in-law started competing with me again, and it was bothersome. She must want everyone to praise her delicious simmered hamburgers, because she made them too. What's this? Everyone is looking forward to Ariel's appetizers? Well, my simmered hamburgers have a unique seasoning and are the best. That's right. Mother's simmered hamburgers are the best in the world. See? Clark knows it, haha. I've been eating them since I was a child. But, you know, today's hamburgers are a bit different from the usual ones. I tried a new twist. Wow, I'm looking forward to it. I can't help but think rude thoughts about my husband, but honestly, he has terrible taste buds. He can eat incredibly terrible or spoiled food, and still say it's delicious, so his sense of taste is probably off. Therefore, even if my mother-in-law serves something strange, I'm sure he will be able to finish it. I don't look down on others just because I'm good at cooking, but I dislike my mother-in-law's cooking because she did something incredibly mean to me before. She purposely served me a fish that was completely burnt, and was grinning about it. Come on, open the wrapping and bring the appetizers. Yes. I did as she said, unwrapped the package, and brought the appetizers to the living room. When Maria saw it, she had a sly smile on her face and said something very mean-spirited. Wait, what's this? What is it supposed to be? It's the appetizers you asked for. Huh? This doesn't look like appetizers at all. Don't bring me this leftover crap. Huh? It looks dirty just by looking at it. Even if you claim to be good at cooking, you're just at this level, huh? Maybe I'm even better than you. Irritated, so I responded to my mother-in-law with a firm tone. Feel free to say whatever you want. It's the last time anyway, so, well. Huh? I started cleaning up in silence, but left a small portion on a plate. It was for Noelle. I made it today for Noelle. I've endured it because she says she likes my cooking. It's not for you, Maria or Eric, really. What did you say? So you never intended to make it for us from the beginning. You're heartless. Yes, that's correct. It's only because Noelle likes me and is kind to me. Noelle is a 5-year-old girl, a relative of my mother-in-law. She's adorable and full of innocence, and I've always doted on her. Noelle was happily stabbing the portioned appetizers with a fork and eating them. She said they were all delicious. Wow, Ariel, you're really amazing. Everything is delicious. Thank you, Noelle. I heard you like fish, so there's also fried fish. Is this it? Can I eat it? Please, go ahead. Noelle, eat this instead. It's Auntie's special simmered hamburger. Maria seemed to think she couldn't lose, and served Noelle an extra portion of simmered hamburger. Noelle skillfully cut a piece of the hamburger with her spoon, and put it in her mouth. But the next moment, she made a face as if she was about to spit it out. It's so salty. Huh? It tastes weird. Other relatives also took a bite of the simmered hamburger, but managed to hold back and swallow it. I was scared too, but I thought it wasn't something inedible, so I cautiously tried it myself. And it had an indescribable taste. What the hell is this? This time, I added soy sauce and non-PLA. Even a Japanese-style simmered hamburger can be delicious, right? Sorry, Auntie. This doesn't taste good at all. What? It feels like it's not even food. Hey, isn't this house kind of dirty, by the way? Why are there so many empty cans? Well. And also, Auntie, your clothes smell. Huh? Oh well. I love hamburgers, but I don't like this. Yeah, it has a weird taste. Ahaha. Noelle, who is only 5 years old and says whatever comes to her mind, indirectly expressed that it tasted bad. Certainly, in terms of whether this is delicious or not, it's clearly bad. As proof, even my taste-challenged husband couldn't eat it and ended up spitting it out. What is this? It's smelly, salty, and impossible to eat. No, it's delicious. Eric, who has an even less discerning palate, claimed it was tasty and continued eating. In this dinner gathering, it seems that only my mother-in-law and father-in-law can stomach the simmered hamburger. You all are so disrespectful. Are you criticizing something that your mother worked so hard to make? Well, then, what about me? I tried my best, but I was called leftovers and such. You shut up. You're just a daughter-in-law, yet so cheeky. That's right. Who do you think you are, getting all cocky? Oh, by the way, what do you mean by saying this is the end? I was so preoccupied with the simmered hamburger that I forgot to mention. Actually, I'm thinking of divorcing my husband. Huh? What? What the hell? I thought of making this tomato caprese, but I forgot to buy it yesterday. So, I went to the supermarket just to buy tomatoes, and guess what? My husband was doing something lewd with another woman. Wait a minute. Doing such things in a back alley, how despicable. It's disgusting, you pervert. Stop it. Hey, what does pervert mean? I'm sorry, Noelle. Could you go to Mommy's room over there? Okay. Bye-bye, pervert. You. Don't say weird things. Want to see the evidence? I have it recorded as a video. I'll keep this as evidence. Just in case it escalates to a court case, I'll make sure to keep it safe. And no. Stop it. I don't want that. When I played the video, the relatives who were present froze. I thought it was inappropriate to show such disgusting footage during a meal, but I had already lost my appetite anyway. My husband was doing something strange with a woman in a back alley, thinking that he hadn't been caught. However, since it was a busy place, there's a chance that many people saw it. I wondered what he was doing so brazenly in broad daylight, but my husband is an idiot, so it's not surprising that he would do something like that. What's wrong with it? Even Clark wanted to date a beautiful woman. Can't you just forgive him for that? Huh? If there are people who would forgive being cheated on, they must either be saints or insane. I got tired of you because you're disappointing. Don't you understand that? If you were beautiful, Clark wouldn't do such things. So, you're taking his side. Well, I guess you have a thing for handsome men, right? Haha, it's like the ramblings of someone who gets infatuated with beautiful or handsome people and destroys families. What? Maria, weren't you doing something strange in the supermarket parking lot today? Look, check this out. This is. They're getting so close and intimate, what do you think they're doing? It's disgusting, isn't it? I then showed everyone a certain photo. The infidelity photo on my phone was so repulsive that everyone's faces twisted in disgust. Eric's face gradually turned into that of a plump devil, and he became so angry that steam seemed to be coming out of his head. He shouted and yelled in a fit of rage. What the hell? You went to buy ingredients for the stewed hamburger, right? And you were doing this in the parking lot. Well. I did go shopping, that's true. So, you cheated while you were out shopping? Were you meeting up with the guy you were already involved with? Well, I guess it turned out that way. I won't forgive you anymore. I can't be with a filthy woman like you. Pay me alimony and let's get divorced. Wait a minute. I've been a housewife all this time. How am I supposed to survive if we divorce? I don't care. Get a job, even if you have to borrow money. Pay me the alimony. No. Maria started crying and causing a ruckus, causing the pot with the stewed hamburger to topple over. I had placed the appetizers in a corner, thinking that Noelle might eat them later, so I was not stepped on or thrown around. Is everything over? What were you talking about? It's nothing, we were just discussing some things. Noelle, do you want to take these home and eat them? Yay, thank you. Hey, why is that uncle over there crying? Who knows? Haha. My husband and Maria cried incessantly, and the relatives looked at them coldly as they crouched on the floor. Noelle and her mom had already gone home, but the other relatives apologized to me. Maria apologized for calling it leftover food, and my husband knelt down to apologize for his infidelity. However, I had no intention of forgiving them, so I was determined to get a divorce. In the end, I divorced my husband and received alimony. I'm glad we didn't have any children yet. I think I would have had an even harder time if I had children with someone like him. As a bonus, my ex-husband became addicted to pachinko and wasted all his money, leading to him being fired from his job for misusing company funds. From now on, I'll work for myself and enjoy a happy life.